Good afternoon, everyone. So today is the last presentation season's first day of presentation, and my topic of today's presentation is Beyond Bestsellers: Unpacking Postmodern Element in Chetan Bhagat's works. So here is my academic information. So these are some points to ponder, which I'm going to discuss in today's presentation. First is introduction. As we all know that Chetan Bhagat is emerged as a contemporary Indian author, and he has written many works, many novels, non-fiction works, and throughout his writing, he challenges convictions, notions of literature's purpose, and asserting that its role in the reflecting and critique of society. His work embodied key postmodern elements such as intertextuality, reader involvements, offering readers a fresh perspective and familiar with themes and experiences. So, what is postmodernism? First, we have to understand what is postmodernism. Postmodern literature is a form of literature which is marked both stylistically and ideologically. So, postmodernism is a difficult term, a set of ideas, one that has only appeared as an area of theoretical study since the mid of 1980s. And postmodernism is hard to describe because it's a concept that appear to study contains art, architectures, music, films, literature, sociology, communication, fashions, and technologies. So it contains everything in one umbrella term, and it's hard to locate it temporary or traditionally because it's not clear exactly when modern postmodernism starts. So Chetan Bhagat is a postmodernist writer. Chetan Bhagat was born on 22nd April in 1974. He is a famous author, writer, and he's also a columnist. And in every each of his works highlighted many concerns of youth in today's society. And he also writes about like we can say for youth. And his novels has Bollywoodish drama because he writes for youth, and today's time we all know that in today's time no one used to read novels or things classic works, so he transforms from that to write about contemporary society with so he write about like motivation things and youth and college and everything, marriages and everything. So as a postmodernist in his works, he clearly highlights the success and failure of the young generation in present postmodern era. Today, many people have not liked for reading, as I mentioned. The novels on the coast may be the use of too high-fi language by the writers when they produce a literary work. Bhagat's writings are very simple, and grammars that he used in his stories are very easy to understand. And he also writes a mixed language like Hindi, English, kind of thing. Chetan's style of writing is simple, lucid, and vivid, with graphics description and linear narrative. He has written many works till now, and according to this article, until that he has written 6 novels, but till now he has written 7 or 8 novels. And recently he published another famous work, which is 11 Rules of Life. Postmodern aspects in Chetan Bhagat's works. So there are many postmodern aspects in his works like fragmentation, parody and satire, intertextuality, metafiction, temporal distortion, and magical realism. So I have selected 4 novels from his many works, and one of 4 novels are 5 Point Someone. Another one is Two States. Another one is One Night at Call Center, and last one is Revolution 2020. So first is 5 Point Someone. What not to do at IIT. So it's a satirical portrayal of prestigious Indian Institute of Technology at Delhi, which set in 1990s. So this novel revolves around 3 characters who is studied in IIT, and their conflict, their personal lives, and another things. So this novel is depicted in a movie, or we can say adapted as a movie, which is Three Idiots. We all have watched. This both have the same plot, and in this 5 Point Someone, Chetan Bhagat incorporate modernist elements such as fragmentation, narrative style, parody, satire, academic culture, intertextual references, metafiction movements, temporal distortions, and hints of magical realism. These elements depict depth and complexity of the novel, engaging reader in a multi-faced exploration of IIT experience and broader themes of education and identity. So another famous novel of Chetan Bhagat is One Night at the Call Center. So it was published in 2005, and it has an Indian society and how working culture is there. Like it revolves around 6 employees who worked in call center at Gurugram, India, and it highlights the anxiety and insecurity of their middle class thing. And in this novel, we could find a postmodernist element as a magical realism. And another thing is about satire and modernist thinking of generation and this kind of thing. And narratives are also important as a postmodernist element. Another novel is Two Steps, which is also adapted as a movie with the same name, and it depicts culture differences between characters from North India and South India. So, in this, the novel portrays the post-modernist idea of challenging tradition norms and seeking the alternative principle of composition. Additionally, it symbolizes addressing contemporary concerns such as multiculturalism and social integrity, advocating for a balanced approach to reconciling conflict values modern society. So it has conflicting between two modern societies and their perspective towards generation thinking and marriages and other things. Revolution 2020, Love, Corruption and Ambition. It was published in 2011, and it has a theme of love triangle, corruption and self-discovery. So this narrative of the narrative of this novel revolves around two friends, Gopal and Raghav, which who have ambition and passions. Both have same thing, and both affected with the same girl named Aarti. And this novel has many postmodern element like journey of Gopal and narrative style of this novel, and unemployment, corruption, violence, and it also satires on the contemporary society and privatization in education. This kind of things are there in novel. So there are many critics which criticize Chetan Bhagat's works as he write about today's society. So they say that readers and addressing significant society issue like casteism and corruption, Bhagat's works often faces criticism for cliche plots and characters. Like he, as I mentioned earlier as well, that he writes about Bollywoodish drama and things like that. So that's the thing. And Bhagat's novel often reflects his own experience, particularly in education setting like IIT Delhi. So he has also studied in IIT Delhi and kind of institute. So he can write better about these things. Through themes like marriages, dilemmas in One Indian Girl, and corruption in Revolution 2020, Bhagat attempts to portray the struggle and choices faced by middle class youth. Though opinion on his writing proves remain divided. So he writes about youth, as I mentioned that. So there are many critics who criticize his work because of that plots and characters. In conclusion, we can say that Chetan Bhagat's write stories where characters make their own choices, unlike other older stories where they followed parents or bosses' sayings. And Bhagat believes the young people should think for themselves and not just do what they are told. So he says that if everyone allows listen to their parents, humanity wouldn't progress. Looking at Bhagat's book, From a modern perspective, we see a big gap between generation because of technology. It's not about parents being wrong, but rather their advices fit the modern world, which is sometimes we need to think about carefully. He puts the reality hilariously and sarcastically, spellbinding the readers. His writing have picked up the best inherity of refining postmodernist literature by changing the perspective of everyone. So these are some references which I have used during my presentation. Now I am open for questions.
Drashti, what role do irony and satire? Drashti, what role do irony and satire play in Bhagat's portrayal of a contemporary Indian society?
Okay, so as I also mentioned in my presentation that Chetan Bhagat write about contemporary Indian society. So he have to use irony and satire and parody kind of things. So in his novel, the 5 Point Someone, where he portrays principal, a professor, we can say, as ironically character because he am I audible, sir? Okay. So there was some network issue. Now I'm giving answer. So uh, Chetan Bhagat has portrayed Indian society as a he criticized Indian society in his novel 5 Point Someone. In that he portrays one professor as an ironical character because he that professor has power, and though he is supporting the cliche kind of education system where people are not allowed to think critically or creatively. So that's the way of he's portraying a character as irony or satire in his novels. Yeah, I hope you are satisfied with this answer.
Rusty, my question is, how does Bhagat challenge traditional narrative structure in his novels?
Okay. So Chetan Bhagat challenges traditional narrative through the multiculturalism, or we can say multiple narratives. He used in his novel two states where he used multi-purpose, or we can say multicultural aspects, like where one is from North India, one is from South India, and they are connecting with love and all kind of things. So he is using this kind of postmodernist element as a work in his work. That's why he challenges the traditional narrative where the linear, non-linear kind of things are there in narrative, and he used multi cultural things and multiple narrative. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you so much.